Hello and welcome to CBS Television. We are here with one of our chamber partners, and that is UPS. With us today is Roderick Brown. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Glad
How
to be
is
here.
all at UPS?
We are delivering like crazy.
I bet you are. And one might think that summertime here in Houston, Texas might be a little slower, but the truth is it's always busy.
Absolutely not.
Well,
Yep.
we're so happy to have you here, but most of all, happy to have Ron, who is one of your head leaders here in the country, serving on the chamber board, very engaged with us. UPS very engaged. The employees volunteering at our luncheon. Your investment not only to the chamber, but also to our foundation, Roderick. So thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
And we'd love to hear some of the things that you guys are involved with. I know that your drivers, your employees, again, it's a high priority. Not just to invest financially, but also of their time. So.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things I want to kind of mention today, Laura, is that we have what's called our 20 by 20. It's 20 million community volunteer hours by the year 2020.
Okay.
It's huge for us. It's something our president, David Abney, put out on Points of Light conference that was here a year ago.
Okay.
And gives us the opportunity to really impact communities. And what it does, it puts our brand in a good light. One of the things, we're a 100+ old company, and I think the benefits of what we do in the community is very impactful for just families across the inner cities. That's something that falls on my plate. It's my responsibility. And we have a lot of UPSers that really volunteer their time and effort to really give back to the communities.
Well, count on us to be able to provide some of that time for the UPS employees to come out and volunteer, because I know you guys do it, and it's been really great to see how engaged the UPS team is. You guys arrive at our event, you break up, you go, you meet folks, and I really think that's important, especially for people who are watching us, to understand that it does make a difference.
Absolutely.
The companies that you choose to engage with, in UPS's case, the fact that you guys are so extraordinarily involved, not only in the Hispanic community, but in Houston overall.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about some of the things that are exciting and around the corner.
So we have a couple of things going on. We actually are doing things with community on the community side. So, and I'll start with your organization. It's been a huge benefit partnering up with Houston Hispanic Chamber on many levels. One, for the simple fact that we have an opportunity to impact the Houston market, the Hispanic market. And what I mean by that is really putting the footprints of UPS into that market. Sometimes we have these markets that we don't tap into, and there's a lot of opportunity for growth there. Secondly, from a volunteer standpoint, we're looking at a lot of different initiatives that we support, which is education, technology, also our environment, and also from a standpoint of supporting the pillars across the U.S. here, but in Houston really has been impactful. So looking at some of our bigger projects that we have a Big Love Cancer Care Fund Run that's coming up soon, where we're impacting childhood cancer. So those things are really critical for us. Our volunteer service is very phenomenal. We try to do most of our projects on a Saturday. So that gives us a big, strong presence from a UPS standpoint. But there's also other evenings where we're also at gala supporting different organizations as well. So that's what's kind of happening and what's coming up around UPS.
Well, we all know that we've worked very closely with Congressman Ted Poe. He's been at the forefront of human trafficking, as we know, Houston being the hub. Unfortunately, so much of that happening here. Tell me the role that UPS is playing.
We just signed on for this partnership, and I thought it was something awesome for our organization to do. And reason for, we have a lot of drivers out there every day, not only our long bed drivers, but all our brown trucks that you see on the road every day. So for us to be kind of the eyes and the ears in the neighborhood to kind of report what we see is critical, and I think we can be very impactful for that standpoint to reduce the trafficking that is taking place. As you stated, here in Houston, it's a huge problem. And I went to a meeting probably about 3 weeks ago where we were not even involved yet, but I wanted to kind of hear what was going on. And next week, I found out that we had partnered up with Truckers Against Trafficking, and I just thought that that was a huge benefit for us to kind of get skin in the game, help out, and eliminate this issue.
Well, we appreciate your efforts in that arena and so many others. I see you guys all over the Houston area, but most importantly, we thank you for always making time for this chamber in particular. And again, our thanks for Ron Mayorga and his time that he's providing to us and guidance here on the board of the chamber. Roderick Brown from UPS joining us here today. We thank him and all of our chamber sponsors. Without them, your chamber cannot provide the programs and services that you see. And so we always encourage you to make sure to support our sponsors. In this case, make sure you choose UPS. Thank you very much. We'll be right back. The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading regional advocate for the economic and civic interests of the Hispanic business community. We seek to empower our members through a diverse range of programs and initiatives. The Chamber provides the business community with resources needed to build economic success. For more information, please visit our website at www.houstonhispanicchamber.com. And we're back here on CBS Television. It always is a great pleasure to have some of our members highlighted and featured, and today is no exception. We have an entrepreneur, came here from Cuba, comes from a family of entrepreneurs, started selling furniture just as a young little boy, and today his business is all over the globe. With us, Arnold Gasita. He is president and CEO of Petra Oil. Welcome, Arnold.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you for having me.
Well, what an exciting time for your business here in Houston, but especially, as they say, business today is global, and you are no exception to that rule.
No exception. 50% of our business is outside of Houston. Based in Houston, but we export 50% of our business out.
So tell us about your business and how you got started.
So Petra Oil Company is an automotive chemical business. If you open the hood of your car, all the fluids inside we make, shop supplies, everything that goes on the outside to detail, make your car pretty. Basically all kinds of liquids that go inside or outside your car, we manufacture. And we sold that to distributors throughout the world who sell it to the professional installer, dealers, quick lubes, repair shops, yes. professional grade, high quality products. I've been in the business for 25 years. I worked for a very large company yes. that did the same thing for 18 years. 7 years ago I left them and I opened Petra Oil Company, went on my own and never looked back.
So what was your first big break once you went on your own?
First big break was a big dealership group based out of Texas.
Yes.
They have about 25 dealerships throughout 4 or 5 states, okay. and that was our big first landing. We got that about 90 days after we opened our business.
Incredible. And I know there's a lot of people watching us, Arnold, and they aspire to go out on their own, but there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of responsibilities that they may have, including a mortgage, a family, etc. What might you suggest to them?
You know, I suggest you plan it out. I always say there's never a perfect time, right? It's like having kids. People say, well, am I going to have kids when yes. everything is perfect? I don't know if there's a perfect time, but you got to plan things out. So you got a mortgage. Do I have enough money saved up to pay the mortgage for X amount of month? Do I have enough money saved up to be able to pay bills for X amount of month?
And your credit, all of those things.
And you have to have good credit, and you have to have people that back you up with credit,
yes.
and you have to have good bankers to go along with it, because
CPA,
if you get a phenomenal growth, you're going to need bankers,
yes.
and you're going to need lawyers. And
so
you
need a team, is what you're saying.
You need a team.
And I know here at the Chamber of Commerce we work with a variety of different groups that help you plan out these decisions, help you identify some of the needs, help you put together your business plan, your marketing plan. Again, it wasn't you woke up one day and decided to leave a secure job. In fact, it had to have been something you'd been thinking about and processing internally and along with your family.
Thinking about it internally, myself, first me, then the family, but then a lot of people, like you say, that encourage you and begin to kind of put this plan together with you.
Yes.
Because you can't do it alone.
Right.
You need people.
And now, how many countries is your business in?
27 countries.
27. So 7 years ago, did you think that you would be distributing your products outside of the U.S.?
We did think we were going to distribute outside the U.S. We didn't think that in 7 years we'd already be in 27 countries. That's a very aggressive goal. Yes. But we have more than done what we planned in 7 years, and in more countries than we actually thought we would be.
And here in Houston, how many employees?
Well, here in our world and our distributors' world, probably about 400 people.
Incredible. and all of those lives have changed as a result of Petro Oil.
Yes, absolutely.
And employees.
And you have that responsibility too.
Well, absolutely. You leave every day, you
Yeah.
come in, and you understand what that means in terms of profit and loss, et cetera. So have many of them been with you the whole 7 years?
2 people have been with me the whole 7 years.
The whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they've been able to be
And
part
then,
of this growth.
and then we grow and add and add and add and add.
Of course, of course. Well, we really appreciate your engagement here at the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and to be able to, make sure that other entrepreneurs who are out there see someone like you, not only a great and terrific family man and entrepreneur, but also if you spend a few minutes talking to us just about your philanthropy and the work, not only in the community but across the globe.
Yeah. So when I was a child, I saw this Bob Hope video where he was going and helping out the troops.
Yeah.
And they asked him why he would do that. He would spend his Christmas and New Year's out with the troops. And he said he was blessed tremendously, and the least he could do is give back. And so I remember that since I was a kid. And when I started Petra, one of the things that we wanted to do is make sure that we gave back and that we blessed those that were less fortunate or helped those that had visions and dreams. And so we're very involved with many organizations, Young Life as an example, Hope out of New Orleans, we're involved with them. Our goal is next year, along with the Hope Initiative out of New Orleans, that we would do an orphanage together somewhere in a Latin America country. So we give back to the community and have big goals to give back.
Wonderful. Well, again, joining us, President and CEO Arnold Gasita of Petro Oil, one of our chamber members. We thank you for joining us, and we'll be right back. The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading regional advocate for the economic, civic, and business interests of the Hispanic community. We are a convener of people, ideas, business opportunities, and so much more. We represent over 90,000 Hispanic-owned businesses in the region that generate billions of dollars annually. Through our yearly initiatives like our standard-setting annual luncheon, data-driven Hispanic Houston Impact Summit, and Trailblazing Women's Conference, we bring together diverse audience through a range of industry verticals. We are leaders in business via our programs and initiatives. We continue to invest in the future of Houston via our Emerging Leaders Institute, and most recently with our Business Institute for Entrepreneurs. We are advocates at the local, state, and national level regarding public policy, including tax reform, trade, energy, comprehensive immigration reform, healthcare, and business. This year, we led an extensive voting campaign via our media platforms and with our media partners. We continue to represent Houston on the international stage, including our participation in Mayor Sylvester Turner's recent trade delegation to Cuba. We also significantly increased our media outreach efforts, published several op-ed pieces, and participated in numerous press conferences. The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce was also recognized as the Marketer of the Year in the Economic Development category by the American Marketing Association for our rebranding and marketing efforts in 2016. Our visual identity is our commitment to the future of your chamber and Hispanic Houston as we enter a new phase of growth and impact. As the leader of Houston's new majority, the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is a forward-looking champion for both the city of Houston and the Hispanic community. The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading regional advocate for the economic and civic interests of the Hispanic business community. We seek to empower our members through a diverse range of programs and initiatives. The Chamber provides the business community with resources needed to build economic success. For more information, please visit our website at www.houstonhispanicchamber.com. We have all heard these extraordinary stories about the great work Teach for America is doing, so we're happy to have Tiffany as our guest. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're excited. As you know, currently in the state of Houston and in this country, education continues to be among the top priorities. Teach for America has truly a terrific track record. has been able to recruit extraordinary individuals who are highly educated, passionate, talented to lead the charge. So tell us more about what you're seeing out there, Tiffany.
Well, I mean, today at Teach for America in Houston is nearly 1,500 strong. So we have over 700 teachers working in school districts all across the greater Houston area. But we also have another 500 or so that are serving in positions of leadership all across the education sector.
And that's really important because many of them have business degrees or engineering degrees, and I think that's part of the exciting role that they are playing because they come from different disciplines.
Exactly. I myself was a finance major at the University of Texas, so I thought I was going to be an investment banker. And then I heard about Teach for America, and it connected to my own story of education growing up in a small town in South Texas. And so I thought, I can do this for 2 years. I can give an initial 2-year commitment, and 2 years turned into 4 years,
you're still there,
which
Tiffany.
turned into 15 years of fighting for kids to get.
But you're still an investment, but this time it's with investment in people and of your time to make sure that Houston in particular does well. So we are seeing a lot of charter schools, alternative schools, magnet schools. What role does Teach for America play in terms of placement of its graduates?
Yep, so we are any good school is a great school that we want to place in. We do work in predominantly schools that serve a low-income population, so most of our teachers are placed in schools that are 70% or plus reduced and free lunch, but we want to work with any district that wants to provide a great education for their kids. So we place about half of our new teachers every year in traditional public school districts like HISD and Spring Branch, and then we place another half of our teachers in charter schools, big name schools that were founded by our alumni like KIPP Public Schools and Yes Prep Public Schools, but also smaller charter schools that operate in very specific communities like Promise Community Schools and the Raul Izaguirre schools.
Well, and the truth is that there's a growing need and not enough people to fill those vacancies.
Absolutely.
So speaking of which, so you might have individuals who have just recently graduated or are about to graduate. Perhaps the market is not doing as well and they think, I'd like to pursue this. What is the commitment? What is the training that's involved?
So we ask people to go through a pretty rigorous application process because we believe that teaching is a sacred profession and not just anybody can decide to wake up one day and be a teacher. And so we want to make sure that the people that we're recruiting really have the leadership skills to step in front of kids and give them everything that they deserve. So we go through a process there. And then the initial commitment is 2 years. That is the initial commitment they make to a classroom. But once we get in, we see that 85% of the people who join us say, I'm going to do this for 2 years and then I'm going to go on. And then 85% of those people actually end up committing their lives to education.
They become vested and see how fulfilling, I'm sure, those roles can be.
Yep.
Get online, go and check out Teach for America, see what Tiffany and the group are doing. We know education is very, very important. We're glad to have you joining us today, and we hope that in fact you'll go and visit and learn more about Teach for America. Tiffany, thanks for being with us.
Thank
and we
you.
appreciate all that you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We'll be right back. The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading regional advocate for the economic and civic interests of the Hispanic business community. We seek to empower our members through a diverse range of programs and initiatives. The Chamber provides the business community with resources needed to build economic success. For more information, please visit our website at www.houstonhispanicchamber.com. Welcome back to CBS. I'm Dr. Laura Murillo, President and CEO of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Our next guest is Dr. Eric Castillo. He's here and is going to talk to us a little bit more about Springfield College. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much.
Well, we're happy to have you here and so thrilled that you all are chamber sponsors and want to learn a little bit more about the services that you provide at Springfield College.
So we are Springfield College. We have been in existence since 1885. And our school's mission is to focus on providing broadly accessible higher education to adult learners. We have specific focuses on human services, and we have a commitment towards social and economic justice.
And why human services?
Well, this is a growing industry. This is something that has been so instrumental to social transformation and community empowerment. So across the board, social work, addiction studies, early childhood education, this is the component that best exemplifies social transformation.
And I would imagine that over the last few decades, you're seeing a larger and larger need in the schools, in the community for these types of services.
Absolutely. You know, there has been a significant increase in terms of credentialing and licensure for folks. A lot of our students are adults who have been in the field for so long, and now the state is increasing requirements. And so we fit them very well because of our weekend program.
Yes. And so are you seeing more people taking advantage of the weekend program, any online studies? I would imagine there's a big need to match the students' needs.
Absolutely, because we focus on adult learners, so they have a lot of obligations. The 9 to 5, the family, the work on the weekends. So for us, we are 2 weekends per month for our students.
2 weekends
Two
per
weekends
month.
per month.
And what are the average ages? Because I know someone might be watching us now and say, well, I'm interested, but it's been forever since I got out of school, and it's going to be hard for me to jump back in there.
So our teaching philosophy focuses on that adults have a lot of work-life experience.
Yes.
So our program best focuses on folks between 25 to 65. It is a broad range, but the average age is about 39 to 40.
And as most campuses, you have counselors, career counselors, and others that will sit and help you understand what to do and how to get started.
I have a wonderful team of advisors, faculty, and staff who do academic and student support for our students. So they will do a wraparound service for them. So when you come to Springfield College, you'll get a great idea of how your road path is going to look like.
And it seems like every day we see more and more colleges and universities coming into the Houston area, and here's Springfield all the way from Massachusetts. But there is a tremendous need, and people are looking for options.
Absolutely. You know, we are a very distinct program. We've been here for 8 years in Houston, Texas. We have an outstanding partnership with different agencies here. And the great thing about us is that we offer credits for prior learning.
Oh, very good. So if you started somewhere else and you thought those math classes were off or not, don't worry. It sounds like somebody at Springfield is willing to take a look at those. Well, we thank you for being involved with the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, for your ongoing sponsorship, and certainly look forward to seeing you all at our next Chamber Initiative. And if you are taking a look at us, please visit the website for Springfield College. Their number and information is on the screen. We hope that you take advantage of the great opportunities that are there. And as you mentioned, Dr. Castillo, certainly online opportunities, weekend opportunities. There's really no reason for folks to take advantage, not to take advantage of this.
Absolutely. We're a great fit.
Wonderful. Well, you heard it here from Dr. Castillo, and he seems like a real trustworthy person, right? And so let's take advantage of that. And we thank you and all the Springfield team for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back. The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading regional advocate for the economic and civic interests of the Hispanic business community. We seek to empower our members through a diverse range of programs and initiatives. The Chamber provides the business community with resources needed to build economic success. For more information, please visit our website at www.houstonhispanicchamber.com. Welcome back to CBS. I'm Dr. Laura Murillo. Our next guest is Mike Walter. He is with the Office of Emergency Management. We know that June is emergency month, if you will, and preparedness,
Absolutely.
more importantly. All types of preparedness, everything from hurricanes to any kind of disaster. And your office is the one that really is making sure that Houstonians and folks around the county are prepared and have a good blueprint for being ready for whatever comes our way.
Yeah, absolutely. OEM works throughout the year to help make sure that the city is prepared for emergencies. So we work with all of our neighboring jurisdictions, Harris County, Fort Bend County, Montgomery County, and then within the city, within all of our departments, police, fire, public works, to make sure everybody has the information during an emergency and all the resources that they need when we do have those large-scale emergencies in the city.
So what should a family do here in the Houston area? We've got NASA, the Port of Houston, the Texas Medical Center. Certainly Houston's profile has really excelled and elevated over the last few years. What are some of the things that your office is specifically prepared for?
So we are looking at what we call all hazards. So we look at functions. We look at what are the things that the city would need to do following any kind of an emergency, whether that be flooding, a terrorist attack, any one of those situations.
Okay.
For residents, really it comes down to what we call our 4 points of preparedness.
Okay.
Get a kit. Make sure you have everything you might need for 5 to 7 days if you're going to ride out like a hurricane type of scenario.
Lots of food, lots of water.
Medications, extra copies of your prescriptions, things like that, cash, because ATMs are not going to likely be
Correct.
available. The second part is to have a plan. So you can have all the stuff in the world, but if you don't have a plan, it's not really going to help you as much. Know your plan, practice your plan with your family at least once a year. Be informed, know where to go for emergency information. The city has a website, houstonemergency.org, where we post notices throughout any kind of emergency.
Yes.
We also have an emergency notification system called Alert Houston.
Yes.
You can go to houstonemergency.org and sign up for that. And the last one is really important, know your neighbors. You want to make sure that you are in part of your community. Your community working together is going to be better able to help meet your needs and your family's needs as well as everybody's needs when we do have those catastrophes.
Yeah, you don't want the first introduction to be in the middle of a hurricane.
Exactly.
And they're the only ones with water.
Or the only ones with a chainsaw.
That's right. You never know what you're going to need. And so we ask that you please visit the website or call for more information regarding all of the things that you should know and your family should know. And let's not forget the children as well.
Absolutely.
And extended family. They need to understand what this plan is. Make sure you communicate that. But in case you missed it, again, we ask that you visit the website and learn more to make sure this month, which is June, you're prepared for any event that comes our way here in the city of Houston and in Harris County. We'll be right back. The Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is the leading regional advocate for the economic and civic interests of the Hispanic business community. We seek to empower our members through a diverse range of programs and initiatives. The Chamber provides the business community with resources needed to build economic success. For more information, please visit our website at www.houstonhispanicchamber.com. Thanks for serving on the school board. How exciting it must be for you as someone who is has come from an immigrant family. You understand the experience. HISD represents so many Hispanic students, and so you're a great voice on that board. You're bilingual. You understand the community, but I'm sure it has to be a daunting role for you.
It definitely is a huge undertaking. It's a lot of responsibility to be able to make decisions on behalf of over 215,000 students and families in the district. And I take the responsibility very seriously. I always lean back on my upbringing, on my background, and in my classroom experience when I was a classroom teacher as well, a bilingual classroom teacher and dual language teacher here in the district when I first moved here in 2004.
And so many more needs in the schools. When you and I were in school, definitely not at the level of what we're seeing today. Both parents working, social issues, health issue, immigration, all of the things that are really having a big impact on our schools. As a board of trustee, what are some of the things that you feel are at the top of your agenda?
Sure. So one of the things, as you're talking about, the student experience today is different maybe than what we experienced when we were in school, both on pedagogical needs of the students, but also like what their needs are as far as their experiences here. A lot of our students that we do represent have come here from different backgrounds, right? A lot of our students, almost 80% of our students in the district are economically disadvantaged. And so keeping that at the forefront, it's important to understand that they need wraparound services. They need to be able to feel comfortable and safe and to have their basic needs met in the school. And then we think about academics. I mean, academics is always at the forefront in student outcomes, but having an understanding of meeting the needs of the whole child is how we like to call it.
So let's talk about a little bit about the role of the parent and how important that is, and any guidance that you might have for parents who are watching.
Sure. So parents play a very important role in the education of a child. So what's modeled at home as far as responsibilities are concerned, right? Some of those things can carry over into the school environment, and respect, modeling that, and students to be able to respect the teachers also, right? That's important. But also it's just important to try to be aware of what's going on in the student's classroom with their day-to-day life at the school, meeting the principal and the teachers, and building relationships with other families that are going through the same experience. It's important, and a lot of our schools have opportunities for parents to connect, whether it's formal or informal. And so, I applaud all of our schools that do have those communities that are open to do that.
And it's not a time to be shy. You are the advocate for your son or daughter, and you have people such as Holly and other other Board of Trustees doing all that they can, but they certainly need your engagement. And so today with the technology, it's so much easier for you to be informed, but again, encourage you to be part of your children's upbringing, be part of the school district system, and all of the things that can make a huge difference in the lives of your children. So on behalf of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, we want to thank you, Holly. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I know you're preparing for your next run to serve on the school board, and so make sure you stay informed and remain engaged with the Houston Independent School District. On behalf of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, we want to thank you for watching today's program, and we encourage you to visit our website for more information. I'm Dr. Laura Murillo. Thank you.